Unafraid Show, Reister or Wrong. It's your boy, George Reister, here today. You know we bring the truth, the way, and the light here on the Unafraid Show. Want to make you guys aware of a couple things. First of all, the new website was pushed back a little bit. The new website, Unafraid Show, will be up tomorrow. All types of great stuff up there from now on. We got new writers coming. We got new articles. All of this stuff. We are going to absolutely crush it. And thank you guys for your time, your energy, your support. Make sure you share the feed. Also, download the podcast at iTunes.com. Oh, and in addition to all of that, make sure that you all continue to share the feed. Tell a friend about the Unafraid Show. What we got up today: the NFL was bullied by Donald Trump, and the NFL owners are now finally admitting it. Rosanne's lame ass apology for her racist tweet. Our conservatives being silenced, and Cal coach Lindsay Gottlieb got stopped with her biracial son. So where we're going to start today is the Rosanne thing, though. We got to start with Rosanne because that's the most polarizing story that has come out in the last couple weeks. Well, in the last few days, I'll say. So she sent the tweet about Valerie, who used to work for President Obama, and all of this about Valerie Jarrett. And here's the thing that I say about the First Amendment. I'm a First Amendment guy. I believe in it. But the First Amendment only protects you from going to jail. It doesn't protect you from scrutiny and repercussions from what you say. And there's nothing in the world that pisses people off more than a sorry ass apology. There's nothing that pisses people off more than a sorry ass apology. And that's what Rosanne did. If you're going to apologize for something, if you're going to apologize just in general, like you have to apologize. Okay, yes, I'm sorry for comparing Valerie Jarrett to a monkey. Just own it. Just own it. Don't then go and blame it on some garbage. Oh, I'm going to blame it on the Ambien. I'm going to blame it on Ambien. No, man. No, man. Like if you're going to do it, you have to own it. You have to just, like somebody just said, you have to stick to your guns, period. Because your First Amendment rights don't protect you from repercussions from what you say. It just says you won't go to jail for what you say. See, there's the difference. And if I was the people that work with her, I'd be pissed off. Because not just the fact that it's the sorry ass apology that was the worst thing about it. That's just like somebody, you being in a relationship. We've all been in a relationship. Somebody said, "Oh, I'm sorry that you took that the wrong way." Not I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. Not I'm sorry I did wrong. No, Rosanne's sorry that she got caught. Because in this day and age, like the racist things, there is no room for it. Oh, well, George, tell me about Colin Kaepernick then. Tell me about Colin Kaepernick. How is this different? This is her free speech. The difference is Colin Kaepernick's free speech was to help people, and hers was literally like equating a black woman to an ape. I mean, there's no way around it. There's literally no way around it. Like you can try to say, oh, well, it's just the Planet of the Apes. No, it's a veiled attempt that you see what it is. Like you can't like turn around and try to like blame it on something else. And that's why I love the company who makes Ambien. Their response to this whole thing named all the side effects of Ambien, and it said racism is not one of them. Racism is not one of them. Because here's the thing I say, and I 100% believe this. Here is what. Oh, okay. I'll get to that. Somebody said, "What about her coworker calling Trump an orangutan?" Here's the thing here are her tweets. She said she apologized to Valerie Jarrett and to all Americans. I'm truly sorry for making bad jokes about her politics and her looks. Should have known better. I was taking Ambien and it was Memorial Day. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Forgive me, my joke was in bad taste. I'm a person, my wife repeatedly tells me that I make unfunny jokes. That's what she calls them, unfunny jokes. Like jokes that she feels are ill-timed, all of this. But here's the thing is, Rosanne's an old lady. Like, she knows the temperature in the country. She knows what things are not appropriate. That's like going on TV and being like, or going on Twitter and calling a gay person a fag. Like that is completely out of bounds. You know you cannot do it. H&M literally just got in trouble for this. With the little kid, coolest monkey in the jungle shirt. H&M just got in trouble for this. And then you issue us a sorry ass apology. And it's like, oh, yeah. And then, okay, if anybody thought you were sorry, you go back, double down, retweeting things that go try to prove your point. Well, how about her coworker calling Trump an orangutan? Listen. If that is, there is a clear difference. Mind you, name calling is not right in general, blah, 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 right? Okay, I got you. However, there is a complete difference between referring to a black person as a primate or a monkey, gorilla, any of that, as opposed to comparing a white person to it. It would just be, I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, that's like just like if you call an Asian person, if you when like you do that, that's completely different. That doesn't make it right. However, we do have to agree that some things are different because of the history of them. It's like a man who has never been in trouble with his wife, never been in accused of any impropriety, infidelity, any of that. He tells his wife, yo, baby, I got to go out of town. I got to go out of town for work. She's like, okay, cool, baby, go on. It's less of a problem than the guy who's had fidelity issues or some scandal or whatever. That's totally different. She's going to be a little more suspicious of you, and you know that you can't do certain things certain ways, like not pick up your phone, all of this stuff. These are just the rules, man. I didn't make the rules. These are just the rules. When you know things are out of bounds, you cannot do them. You cannot do them. And then that translates into the next thing that people are saying, where they're saying that conservative voices are being silenced. I'm like, what? Conservative voices are being silenced. Oh, hold up. I would actually argue more that religious views are being silenced more than conservative views. Because conservative views to most non-white people sound like oppression. Like when you say the words conservative views, sounds more like oppression than it does actually something great out in the world. Because history said, because conservative views, that reminds you of and makes you think about, like the people, it evokes emotions and thoughts of the good old days. The good old days were only good for certain people. They were. They were only good for a certain minority. They were only good for certain people. And it's frustrating for me. Like, don't believe that you can. Like, actually, let me rewind this a little bit. The part that's frustrating for me about this is that I've noticed for me, I would be considered more of a conservative with religious values than some people are out in the world. And so for me, it's been frustrating because you're like, okay, where people are allowed to say how they feel and how they believe in all of these things. But if you believe in a different set of rules, then you're not allowed to voice that. And I am in favor of people being able to voice whatever the hell they want to be able to voice. However, there are repercussions for it. And I say this here, and I'll talk about it in ways of the church. Like, you have a pastor who gets demonized for saying certain things aren't condoned in the Bible. But then it's okay to promote those things out in the world. Like, the pastor gets called hateful because he believes what the Bible tells him, but then, or Bible, Quran, whatever. The Jewish Bible, Catholic Bible, Hindu faith, whatever. You can get criticized for that. Does that make sense? So I understand why people who have quote unquote conservative values feel like they are that they are under attack. But in reality, are you really under attack, or is this a situation to where the scales are a lot more balanced? Because Fox News is the most watched news channel there is, period. Fox News is. So how can you say you're silenced just on conservative views? Because conservative views are supposed to be personal responsibility, low taxes, limited government and regulation. I'm just wondering that, because I get it. I'm a person who believes that people have their own choices, and you got to live with the consequences of those choices. And if you're speaking from a place of love, which like Rosanne was not, then you should be able to, then you can say how you believe and how you feel on things, because now we can talk about it. If you come from a place of love, but at the point in time you come from a place of hate, calling people monkeys, calling people all sorts of things, then that's where I disagree with you. Oh, George, well, what if they had said something about you being black? That's why you don't care about the issue. No, I do care about the issue. And yes, people should be able, if somebody hates black people, they should be able to say it. Yes, you can say it, but that doesn't mean that people on your network have to allow it. I mean, this is ABC. Like, you have to know who you work for. She has to know who she works for. ABC is the network that has the most progressive programming. I mean, they got Fresh Off the Boat, they got Blackish, they got Modern Family. I mean, like, this is not the conservative station. And even if it were the conservative station, what she said, what Rosanne said, was completely out of bounds. Completely out of bounds. And you have to understand, like, I get where people want to minimize it. Oh, it's just a joke. But it's a veiled attempt at racism. That's what it is. It's a veiled attempt because it leaves you an out. Oh, I was just talking about this. Oh, no, you weren't. Like, it's very clear. It's very clear. And those same people talk about conservative values. Because I get, it's funny to me because I get called conservative and liberal on the same exact day, half the time, because I have ideas that live on both sides of the line. And people don't always understand that. They don't always agree with that, but it is what it is. Thanks, King Dre 216. People don't always agree with that and all that. But here is where, if I say that you have conservative views and you believe in personal responsibility, you believe in low taxes and limited government regulation, you are a person who should be upset that President Trump, that NFL owners are now admitting that President Trump caused the new Anthem policy. You guys should be upset about that if you are a conservative, because you don't like government regulation and interference. You want limited government on their power. And at the point in time that the federal government, led by the president himself, no matter who it is, can affect private business, it's a problem. And affect people's rights, Because it's different if the company just wanted to do it on its own. But at the point in time where you have NFL owners like Robert Kraft admitting the president will use this for fodder. We think that the player should be able to do something else, but he'll use it to rally up his base and then hurt us or yell at us. Same thing with Stephen Ross of the Dolphins. He said that he switched his opinion when Trump started talking about it, and he thought that people may perceive it as anti-military. And Trump said he was not going to quit on the issue, that he was going to keep pressing it. So if you're conservative, you should be, mind you, everybody else is already on board with this. So I know I'm preaching to the choir on that board. And it's clearly illegal for the president to use political influence over private business. And that's why if you are a conservative or a liberal, you have to be, or a free thinking person like me, you cannot be okay with this. If you want to have a free democracy, this is a problem. That's why I said that the NFL screwed up when it bent on this absolutely horrible national anthem policy, because it was going to cause itself to be in more litigation with its players, which annoys fans. The Ezekiel Elliott thing annoyed fans. The Tom Brady Deflategate annoyed fans. All of these things annoy sports fans. More than a kneel, more than any of that. They hate it. They hate the fact that you have to have litigation with your players. And now the NFL is going to have even more litigation with its players because of President Trump interfering and then the owners caving. That's why. Now there's depositions in the collusion case with Colin Kaepernick. All this stuff is coming out. Because that's what you say. What's done in the dark comes to the light. And it's coming to the light right now. That's just the truth. So if you're a conservative, jump on board with the NFL players. Only because it affects you now. That's why. That's why you should jump on board if you are conservative, liberal, free thinker like me. Because these affect your rights, and if it's not just right now, it'll be coming later. They'll come for something that you love and that you care about later. Interesting story came out today. Well, that I heard about today. Yes, you can ask a question, Kyrie. Send it in. Send it in. I will answer your question. The Cal women's basketball coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, she was about to board a plane to Denver with her 1-year-old son, Jordan, on Monday when she was stopped by a Southwest employee who demanded to see proof that she was Jordan's mother. Even after Gottlieb... Oh, okay. Let me finish telling the story, then I'll answer your question. That the employee was not satisfied that Gottlieb turned over the passport, showed it because her son is mixed, and she believes it's because her son is mixed race and she was white, and she is white. But she was with her fiance who's black. So you got a white woman, black man, mixed child with their passport that matches the dad's last name and different from her last name because they're engaged to be married. I mean, come on. Really. Somebody asked a question about do I believe that kneeling is unpatriotic? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because of the reason that the players were actually fighting and trying to bring awareness to help people out in the country. And also, originally Kaepernick, who started the whole movement, he was originally sitting down, and Nate Boyer, a Green Beret, talked to him, asked him to take a knee to show to show reverence to the fallen soldiers because you kneel at their grave. That's why, to honor them. And then also Tim Tebow, if you don't remember, took a knee during the anthem to stand up against abortion. But Tim Tebow's a hero, right? There's no difference between Colin Kaepernick and Tim Tebow. There is not. They're both fighting for people's rights. Neither one of them always says the right thing, but guess what? Their intentions are honorable. Do I believe that Colin Kaepernick will be signed? My gut says no. However, when I think about this logically, like NFL is in a collusion case, there has to be some sort of, like, this is either going to cost the NFL a lot of money because they are guilty and they're going to be proven guilty. The evidence is already starting to come out between the president's statements, the owner's statements, their internal evaluations of Kaepernick and Reed. These things are going to come out. So it's going to cost the NFL a ton of money. Because you know what quarterbacks going salaries are? It's going to cost them oh my God, it's going to cost them a mint. Well, not a mint in the NFL terms because they got money to burn. But it's going to cost them a lot of money. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is that they want this stopped. I mean, and they want the litigation stopped, allegedly. So somebody may offer him a job. I think that it's entirely possible that does happen, even though I believe no, because it's too far down the road and they're not going to turn back. That's not what NFL owners and teams typically do. But I do believe, like, logically, I'm like, if I were the NFL, I would be trying to get this stopped as soon as possible, the way it doesn't cost me money. I'm trying to sign the dude, try to give him an opportunity, and hope he fails. That's the best thing that you can do. I do too, man. I just want to see him play again as well. But I wanted to go to the story about Cal women's basketball coach Lindsay Gottlieb. She got stopped trying to board a plane in Denver with her 1-year-old son, Jordan. She got stopped by a Southwest Airlines employee who demanded to see proof that she was Jordan's mother. Even after she showed them the passport, which is like standard issue for verifying a kid, the employee was not satisfied because they do have different last names, which Gottlieb suspected it's because her mixed race, her son is mixed race, he's biracial, and she's white. And I thought about this. I was like, whoa, hold up. Like, this is very interesting. Because on one hand, you have an employee trying to do their job, right? Yeah, you want to make sure a kid's not being kidnapped, stolen, any of this. Okay, I'm in there. But then you get more devil in the details. The devil in the details is that her black fiance was there with her as well. Wait, so you got black fiance, white lady, mixed child. Where's the problem here? Sounds like somebody had a problem with what was going on in this situation and they wanted to be a little annoying and be a little harasser. That's what that sounds like to me. And the reason why I say this is because my kids have been through this. My kids have been through it because my wife has a very unique family structure situation. She didn't really grow up with her mom. Her bio mom was in and out of her life. And she grew up with the lady that she calls mom was with her dad for a long time. And that's who she calls mom. But she ended up getting married to another white guy. Well, yeah. And so they are together. But they treat my kids like grandma and grandpa, right? Yes. Like their grandkids. And so sometimes the kids go places with them. And they do dog shows. So they travel like their dogs, like they have show dogs. They're in Westminster. All of these things, like the big competitions and all of this. And what happens is this. is so the last time they told me about it, my kids were with them, and so three little black kids, and they go, and somebody asked them, "Oh, who are these kids?" "These are my grandkids." No, for real, who are they?" "They're my grandkids." And then they heard a little whispering in the background or whatever. And my wife's mom is not for that. Like, she's with the business, so she let them have it. And as a dark-skinned black man who always kind of felt criticized about, you know, like when I was younger, dark-skinned dudes weren't in style. And so, you know, it was the Princes, the Albie Shores, all of them dudes that were in style. Dark-skinned dudes really wasn't in style like that. Just a few of them. Like, you didn't really know that light-skinned people had their own race issue problems, and biracial people had their own. People called them zebras, half-breeds, all of this stuff. I didn't even know this. Like, I thought that they had it easy. And then when you see stories like this, and you see always the same thing. I found it interesting. Somebody sent in a comment that says Tebow's kneeling was prayer, not protest. Wrong. When Tebow would kneel after the game, it was differently. But Tebow actually said at one point in time he was kneeling during the anthem about abortion. But people forget that because he's hailed a hero. It's not patriotic. That's how I know it's the issue. That's how I know it's the issue and not the actual act of kneeling. Got to be honest with yourself about that. You guys, don't forget to join the unafraidshow.com. It'll be all up tomorrow. We're going to get a popping, banging article in the morning. You guys make sure you join it. So sign up for the newsletter there so you can get it every day. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Thank you. George Reister here. We will catch you guys tomorrow. We got some banging heat tomorrow already. I already know what something tomorrow is about. We got college football. Tomorrow's a big sports day. College football. I'm already looking at these schedules. I'm already starting to get pissed off. Already starting to get upset. Had to let you guys know. Peace out. I will catch you guys tomorrow. No, if you kneel, you are not anti-American.